I did not expect to have you back so soon, and I have to say I'm really damn excited about that. But you know what? Since you've been here for a third time now, why don't you just go ahead and do my intro?
Sounds good. How's it going, everybody? I am Kennedy from Panther Revival, and you are watching Midweek Music Maelstrom with Ariel from Crypnotic.
See, you need to just host for me because you have that persona for it.
I got you.
Oh my God. So we started with, Majority Bones, Anywhere Welcomes You, and then you dove into a new project, Panther Revival, which I absolutely loved. And now there are new things coming from PR. And I can't wait to touch on that because your new single dropped today.
New album dropped today. The single dropped last week, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kobayashi Maru. I did not take you for a Trekkie.
Yes, I am. I grew up on it. It's my dad's fault, really. He is a big Trekkie and got me really into it, like as far back as I can remember.
So where did that come in as far as like the songwriting? How did that inspire this track?
Because that song, it's talking about being a black man in America, dealing with the police, and how it often feels like a lose-lose situation. No matter what we do, we are the bad guy, and it doesn't matter what the police do to us. They're always or often vindicated. So the Kobayashi Maru, as you probably know, but for those listening who don't know, it is the exercise in the Starfleet Academy in Star Trek, and it is a lose-lose situation. It tests the academy officers and their ability to adapt to a no-win scenario. So that basically inspired this track.
I think that was really clever. And
Thank you.
Gave that a listen. I remembered I shared it on the Crypnotic page on Facebook, and I was really pleased with it. I can tell that you're really putting a lot of heart into this.
Thank you so much.
So being as you had it was really kind of more of a solo project, Anywhere Welcomes You.
Yes.
Where were you with that project as opposed to with Panther Revival? Like, these are two very different sides of Kennedy. And like, what drives the difference in how you come up with material for these different projects?
Yeah, basically Panther Revival, just like any of my projects, the same thing with Anywhere Welcomes You. I probably said this last time actually, but Panther Revival was a band that I wanted to listen to that didn't exist. So I decided to make it. And it allows me to get out a very different side of me because Panther Revival and Anywhere Welcomes You sound wildly different. Anywhere Welcomes You is mostly acoustic, and all the albums are concept albums. Whereas with Panther Revival, each song is its own self-contained story, and I get to be a lot more aggressive with it. There's double bass going in the drums on every song pretty much. And it was a fun songwriting exercise to see what kind of sounds can I make with just guitar and drums in this band, and how can I still make it interesting and make it aggressive.
Oh, the aggression was there. When I listened to the new track, I'm like, yep, this guy's got something to say, and I loved it.
Thank you.
So tomorrow, Black and Brown Houston, fill us in.
Yes. So my friend Jasmine, from the lead singer of the band Lagrimas, they put together this awesome festival. It's the first ever Black and Brown music festival in Houston. And the last time I played one of these, it was put together by this collective out in San Antonio called Shangonas in the Pit. And it was the best live experience that I've ever had in my life. It was wonderful being surrounded by a lot of other like wildly talented Black and Brown artists. And this was back in 2019 that last one happened. And when I played that, I did an Anywhere Welcomes You set and a Majority Bones set. So tomorrow at Black and Brown Houston, this new event put together, I'm going to be doing a Panther Revival set. Myself and Colin, our drummer, we're going to be out there and just surrounded by some wonderful artists, and it is fantastic. Jasmine actually put together a playlist that has most of the artists on it, a playlist on Spotify, and I was listening to it just the other day and getting so hyped because everyone is so talented on this thing.
Oh, wow. It must be great to be able to be a part of that.
Yeah, it really is. It feels good because it's allowing us to carve out space for ourselves. And Jasmine had said at a show, at a Lagrimas show, Lagrimas is their band, they had said a few months back, in the middle of their set, they said, "This isn't just for white boys; it's for everyone." And it's Jasmine had fielded a little bit of criticism for saying that, but it's absolutely correct because it sometimes it's a little difficult for us to carve out that space for ourselves. So we're just doing it for ourselves, and that's what this festival's all about. And I'm super stoked about it. There's also going to be a lot of wonderful vendors there. It's just going to be a good time surrounded by good people.
Wow. So for those of you who do not follow Panther Revival on social media, you definitely need to check them out, because I saw on the Facebook page that you guys have new merch.
Yes. We have shirts and stickers, which will be sold at the show, but they can also be bought directly from me on social media, on either the Panther Revival page or my own page. And then I also put together some physical copies of the new album, our new album, Under the Palest Moon, which came out today.
I was so excited because you never get CDs anymore. And with a CD, it gives you more opportunity for art. You get to, do the cover, the CD itself, I miss it. It's a lost art form, and I just...
For sure. Yeah, I'm stoked about it. Yeah, CD, it's kind of like almost going the way of vinyl now. So I actually had a lot of fun putting those together. Did it 100% myself with my own hands, just completely DIY. And speaking of the CD art, it was actually very interesting because well before the album came out, I had put together a digital booklet for everyone who downloads the record. They get this 14-page digital booklet with artwork and liner notes and stuff. When we decided that we would do a small run of physical copies to sell at this show and beyond, we realized that we need some artwork for the CD itself. So just the other day, I put together some art in the same theme as the artwork for the album. I put together some new art for the CD, for the actual disc, and it was actually a lot of fun. It came out pretty awesome. I'm stoked for it.
Oh, wow. So after this, what's next for Panther Revival?
After this, we are booked to play at Festorino 4 in Arlington. That is happening in September. I'm trying to remember the exact day. I want to say September 14th, but don't quote me on it. It's a Saturday in September. So,
well, I'm sure that it will be announced, and I'll make sure that I share so people can find it.
Absolutely, yeah. We're just waiting on the flyer. It's being made now, so hopefully that gets done pretty soon. But I'm really stoked for this festival. It's going to be an all-day event in Arlington, and Panther Revival will actually be opening the festival. So it starts off right at noon. So anyone who is in the Arlington area, if they want to go to Growl Records that day for the fest, get there right at noon, and we're going to be rocking.
Oh, wow. I hope that there are going to be like some live recordings and things to find later, because I know you guys are going to kill it. You always do.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. We really should make that happen. Some live recordings. Hopefully we don't kill it like too much, because we were killing it in practice today and I broke a string. So I like literally the second song in our set list, I break a string, and I'm like, okay, well, practice is done, which is fine. I mean, we know the songs. This was just a once over practice. We were just going to run the set once before we packed up all our gear, but second song into the set, broke a string, and I'm like, okay, well, let's pack our stuff up. And then I ran to the music shop over in Rockwall to pick up some new strings. So that's why we had to start. One of the reasons we had to start this interview so late.
Get all the bad luck out of the way first, and then everything will go smoothly at the festival.
Oh, for
Oh, for
sure,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like as
As
pissed off as
pissed
I
off as I
was
was
during
during
practice,
practice.
I'm really happy it happened there and not at the show, because that
Definitely.
that would have been infuriating. Like it just kind of hurt my feelings a little bit that it happened at practice, but I'm like, whatever, we know the songs. We have a 4-hour drive to Houston tomorrow morning, so we'll just listen to the set again, but we know it.
Oh my God. I'm so excited for you guys. I love the merch you guys have come out with. The CD is just striking, especially like with the red that pops.
Thank you so much.
Made great artistic choice on that, and it really caught my eye. It was the first thing I noticed when I saw like the photos, and I will be linking you to their social media in the description. I will make sure that since you're already watching, some of you on YouTube, you might as well just, I don't know, click the other link in the description for the Kobayashi Maru.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea, actually.
I love what's been going on with Panther Revival, and to know that I was able to kind of see the growth and where it's going and where it's going to be going, that feels great. And I know that you must be very proud of your project.
Yeah, very, very much so. I posted about this earlier today, but back in February when we dropped the Protest Songs EP, that got quite a bit of traction in a very short period of time, and it blew my mind because it is by far it got the most love and support out of anything that I've been a part of. I've been in many bands, released many records and EPs and stuff, and I love them all, but this one, it just kind of connected with people in a completely different way, which honestly surprised me at first, because I kind of regard Panther Revival as like my least accessible project that I have, and people just absolutely love it.
Well, I think that maybe with like some of the social shifts that we're experiencing, maybe the definition of accessible is changing.
For sure,
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
definitely think
definitely
that
think
has
that
something
has
to do
something
with
to do
it.
with it.
I love it though, and it's warmed my heart. I've gotten some really kind words from people that I've known for years. I've gotten very kind words from people that I don't know at all, like that I've never met. In fact, I really need to check the Panther Revival email more often, because like a month after the Protest Songs EP came out, we got this wonderfully kind email from someone who had checked it out on Bandcamp, and they emailed us telling us how much they enjoyed it, and how they connected with it. Even though they said that they can't like fully grasp everything I'm talking about, them being a white male, they still connected with it and absolutely loved it, and it warmed my heart to hear that. Unfortunately, I didn't see this email until like a week ago, and they sent it like back in March. So I felt really bad, because because I check all our social media, but I almost never check our email. So I have changed that, and now I check the Panther Revival email like every day, because I'm like, I do not want that to happen again. I emailed them back. I was like, I am so sorry it took so long to respond to you, but thank you for the kind words, because it really it really fuels us. It fuels me for sure. Just knowing that there are people out there connecting with it, and it's one of the most vulnerable projects that I've ever been a part of. Like Anywhere Welcomes You is fairly vulnerable for me as well, but since that's a concept project, I'm able to kind of like hide behind the concept in it. Like every song is a part of this grand overarching story. So not every song necessarily has to do with my personal life. And then there are some that do have to deeply do with my personal life, but I can kind of dress it up in fictional settings and fictional characters and all this. Panther Revival is just my heart fully on display, so it's very vulnerable.
Revival, it gives all of the raw vibes. Like it's a very, from being like, even just the two-piece set to the lyrics to the vocals, it is just the epitome of raw. And I think that
Thank you.
one thing that makes it so appealing, because I've listened to Majority Bones, I've listened to Anywhere Welcomes You, and Revival is definitely the most raw of the three. And just, it's that, like I said, accessibility is changing. And I think that it comes off as very honest. And I think that that's what people are looking for now.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's exactly what we're going for. It's, completely DIY. We did this ourselves. We put it out ourselves. And we just want to get it in people's hands and in their ears to listen to it. Like, people can get the album on Bandcamp right now. Hopefully it pops up on all the streaming services soon. It's been processing for a minute now. I thought I submitted it early enough to get it out on release day, but I didn't see it on Spotify yet. So hopefully it pops up everywhere soon. But it's on Bandcamp. It's pay what you want. So if someone wants to pay for the record and put a little money in our pocket to support it, that's great. But if they want to just download it, there's absolutely no obligation to pay for it. Just plug in a zero in that cost and download it. Like, I'm more concerned that people listen to it and take something away from it. So
that's awesome. Like, I love where Panther Revival has gone and is going. And I'm so thrilled that I've got you 3 times now.
I will come on this show 50 times. Like, I will do this whenever you'll have me,
Oh my gosh. So the other night I totally thought of you, because in Tampa, where I live, there was a Coheed and Cambria show. And I was just
I love that. They're
anytime
here soon.
Yeah, but anytime there's anything Coheed related, I'm just like, oh, Kennedy.
Yeah, I love them so much. They are the band that, like, I don't know, like, they inspire me in so many ways.
They're who I think of when I think of concept albums.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Big same. I connect with them so heavily. It's the band that my wife and I connect with the most on. And they're actually going to be in Dallas the 17th this weekend. So Sunday, the day after we play that festival. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to go, but it's not like me to miss Coheed, but I'll for sure catch him next time if I can't make it Sunday. But we're actually Sunday we're filming a music video for Nihil Amoris, which is a song off of the new record. So we're playing the festival Saturday, and then we come back, and Sunday first thing in the afternoon start filming the music video. So it's going to be a pretty busy weekend.
Is the new album only available on Bandcamp?
Right now, yes, but it is coming to all streaming services. It'll hit any day now. I'm really hoping sooner rather than later. It's just waiting for it to process, but it will be everywhere sooner rather than later. But it is currently on Bandcamp.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. It has been great, just being able to discuss our projects together, because spoiler alert, Crypnotic has new products coming.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, like, let's talk about some of the stuff that you got going on, because you and I talk a lot, and you've been telling me a lot of awesome things that are happening. I'm not sure what you're, like, prepared to announce, but you got a lot of awesome things coming that I'm stoked about.
I'm not formally announcing what the line is, but I am making a product line that I want to help elevate, smaller bands all over, some of them in my area, some of them out in Texas. And actually this weekend, a venue near me called the Noise Box, they're also associated with Convicted Printing, who is a screen printing company that does some pretty amazing work for a lot of bands in the area. They're having their 10-year festival for their DIY venue, and I'm vending there, and I will have a couple new products out, not the one we've been discussing.
Yeah.
But I will also have products that are an exclusive fundraiser for Punk Rock Saves Lives. So I'll have one display board with items that are being sold for that charity, and any like jewelry that is in one of my red boxes. Red is for the fundraiser. So I am going to be partnering to help get some funds for Punk Rock Save Lives. They do a lot for people in the community. They put on benefit shows all over the country. So if you guys haven't checked out Punk Rock Saves Lives, please do that. They have been so great.
I
And
gotta
I
say, I
vended
feel
at
privileged right
events.
now. I feel kind of privileged right now knowing, because I know about the product that you've been working on that we've been talking about, but no one listening does. And I'm like, just, oh, it's kind of cool knowing about it. But
Not
it's gonna
including
be.
me, 3 people know, and you're one of the 3.
I love that. It's gonna be awesome. I know you can't say what it is yet, but folks should definitely
Once
get
I do,
stoked
you
on
can
it.
scream about it, and it'll be like busting open
Oh,
a.
I will. Oh, I absolutely will. I will post it on all of our socials.
But yeah, so I am currently the products that I do have. Some are specifically for Punk Rock Saves Lives, so 50% of those sales will go to Punk Rock, and depending on the item, 15 to 20% of all my other products online will be going to Punk Rock Saves Lives. And for the duration of July, the code Ocean's End will get you 20% off or 15% off, but things are already marked down on my site, so you can put that on top. And then we'll have to find out who the next monthly music discount is for August. We don't know yet.
Wonder who that could be. I wonder who that could be.
No, but I'm seriously so excited. Just knowing you as a person and like how much your projects mean to you, how much like just the mission means to you in reaching people. That's what has made you such a great person to work with, to bounce ideas off of, and just I'm glad we're friends.
Me too. Me too. I am very glad that we're friends. You rock my world, and thank you so much for like all the work that you do to elevate bands like us and help give us a bigger platform. Like it legit rocks my world that you do this, because you don't have to do it, and you do it just because you love to do it, and it legit rocks my world. So thank you so much.
No, it is totally my pleasure, and I'm gonna keep doing it, and you can't stop me.
Oh, I won't stop you.
Also, I will also put a link in the description for Punk Rock Saves Lives. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, and they're out here trying to do some good in the community through punk rock music, especially in punk rock circles. Oh God, I had the statistics on the tip of my tongue and I forgot. But within a lot of music communities, punk rock is kind of near the top for rates of like youth homelessness and things like that. So just knowing that there's an organization out there that's forming community, that's giving back, that's something that is super crucial, and it means a lot to me. So I'm definitely stoked to be doing this fundraiser for Punk Rock Saves Lives. I'm going to be doing it all year, and I want to do like a choose your charity cover charge event where like different charities we can like.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can get that going, and I definitely want Punk Rock Saves Lives to be one of them. But we are trying to, be out here doing what we can. Next month, I'm vending for a benefit concert with a bunch of female-fronted bands for the Spring of Tampa down here. That's a women's shelter for survivors of domestic violence. So it's definitely important to make sure that, Crypnotic is giving back and making sure there is focus where it needs to be to kind of like help people out there. So that's going to keep going, and I might even have some new products for goals like that. But in the meantime, supporting Punk Rock Saves Lives and trying to get the message out there about local bands that, really have something to say.
I love that so much.
Like Panther Revival. So.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes. So in case you didn't catch that, I will be having a collaborative product with this guy, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So you need to stick around and check it out. I don't know how long it's going to take, because like you need to do it right when you're making things and labeling things and doing the marketing. So I would rather it take a little longer and make sure that it is exactly what it needs to be.
Yeah. Take as much time as you need. It will be worth the wait for sure.
It will totally. Oh my God, this has been so great. Your third time on here.
Right?
I feel the love. I hope you feel the love too.
I really do. I really do. I love doing this with you. It's
Oh my
legit
God.
become one of it's become one of my favorite things. So I love doing this with you.
So that means that you're gonna have to be on a fourth time when the next album comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Because Pay the Revival is not going anywhere.
Nope.
This is such a perfect niche.
Yeah, it's very quickly becoming like my favorite band that I've ever played in. So I'm just having a lot of fun creating for it. The record came out today. I've already started demoing for the next very slowly. It's going to be a minute, but
Right, but I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I recorded some music actually. I was just talking to my best friend Matt Lefevers about this recently. And I recorded some music, demoed some music for the next record, and it took everything in me not to just like throw it on this album, the one that just dropped today. But I had already like finalized the artwork and like submitted it to all the streaming services and everything. By the time I wrote this, I'm like, I'm not redoing all that, so it'll wait. It'll. I mean, I hope it'll be worth the wait. But I'm just in love with some of the stuff that I've already begun writing. So Panther Revival is, like you said, definitely not going anywhere. And we are, even though we just dropped a record, we are still working.
It's never gonna end, but I feel like you don't mind. The work is never gonna end, but I don't think.
Not at all. It's a pleasure. It's a joy to be able to do this and to just be creative. And like, I make these records, for myself first and foremost, but it rocks my entire world that people besides me actually seem to enjoy them, so that makes it even better. Like, even if no one was listening, I would still be making these records. But it's just nice that there are actually like, not like a massive audience, but still people listening, and it just it just keeps on growing. So I love that so much, and just being able to connect with people and talk with, like I said earlier, friends and strangers alike about what they've taken away from the things that I have to say. So
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
This has been Kennedy of Panther Revival, and I got distracted by the shiny light again, like a moth, because when I turned my head, it was like right in my eyes. So maybe you should do the outro.
Maybe I should do the outro. Well, this is Kennedy from Panther Revival, and you have been watching Midweek Music Maelstrom with Ariel from Crypnotic. We will check you later.
And make sure you check out that description box, because that's where all the good shit is.
Please do. Please do.